when you look at even last year, the Eagles made a waiver claim at this time, and he was just released today or waived, but the Eagles picked up Travis Fulgham. And although Fulgham didn't pan out to what we thought he was going to be last year when he was setting league on fire in October, and he had a bad summer this year and he got waived. But at the same time, like, that was a guy you picked up on waivers last year that really contributed to the 2020 season. He was your best receiver in that season. He led the team in receiving yards. And Gino, I'm not really like surprised or upset that they cut Travis Fulgham, or John Hightower, who was your other guy, was also released today. The Eagles kept just 5 receivers. It was Devontae Smith, Jalen Reagor, Quez Watkins, Greg Ward, and JJ Arcega-Whiteside. I'm not really upset that, I'm not upset that they released John Hightower or Travis Fulgham. But, like, I'm sorry.
What was that, Lou?
No one should own that jersey because the guy just,
Whiteside?
the fact that he made it, it's just, he's the human.
This could be the last day I ever wear this thing. I've never worn it in my life.
I know. And I mean, I look, for you, it's okay because you've
been honest
guy.
We need to have an honest discussion why he made the team. And I want to put
Howie Roseman has the ego the size of the sun and won't give up on a second-round pick that can't play.
But even Nick Sirianni said it too. He said the special teams matters, man, and it really does.
John Hightower plays special teams. Jalen Reagor plays special teams. Quez Watkins plays special teams. I don't need JJ Arcega-Whiteside to play special teams. If you can't play,
you're talking about multiple different positions,
then I don't want it.
But you're talking about a fifth wide receiver.
Get a gunner that can play his position too, though. JJ can't. He made one play against the Jets, and he had a great summer last year, and he had a great summer in 2019. It's just,
but you're talking about a completely different coaching staff, dude. Like we're talking about.
I mean, if we want to, do you really think that Doug Peterson is the reason JJ Arcega-Whiteside can't play?
It's
like,
part of it.
I just think he's not a good player. It was part of it, but not to the point where he bombed out. I mean, John Hightower played with Doug Peterson. He made more plays. Travis Fulgham played with Doug Peterson. He made more plays. Everybody makes more plays than JJ on this team, regardless of the coaching staff. And yet he made the roster again because he was handpicked by Jeffrey Lurie. I mean, I'm sorry,
I don't believe that. I literally do not believe that. At this point, we're arguing about the 5th receiver on our roster behind Devontae Smith, Quez Watkins, Jalen Reagor, Greg Ward. If that player has to get on the field, we are screwed inevitably.
Look,
we're screwed regardless.
Yeah, I agree with that. Again, it's not like this.
That's what we are arguing about.
Franchise-altering thing.
Yeah,
it's more so not what JJ Arcega-Whiteside is himself. It's what he represents that just continues to bother me. It's more, again, my issue with Howie Roseman and Jeffrey Lurie, and just more and more examples of my issues with them that keep getting confirmed based on moves they're making. So it's not like, it's not like I'm saying
traded Carson Wentz, who was their golden child,
after they ruined him into the ground for an entire season. So I mean,
you don't believe Carson played his way out of Philadelphia?
No, of course he did. Of course he did. But the reason he played his way out of Philadelphia is because the team drafted Jalen Hurts. They had 14 different offensive line combinations. They failed time and time again to build around him. He finally just couldn't carry that 1,000 pounds of weight on his back. So, I mean, just look, I get it. And I know JJ's your boy, and he worked hard this summer, and he played special teams this year more than he ever has.
And that'll take you far, man, in the NFL.
Of course. I'm not knocking his work ethic or any of that. I don't think he was worth a roster spot. And who knows? Maybe
this is what make these conversations fun is this part. And this is what's happening in the building.
I can't believe you have a jersey. I had no idea you owned a
jersey.
Oh,
really? Yeah, I worn it like one time. I was just waiting for him to have his breakout game.
I wish I had the soundbite of when they took him right now, where you were screaming JJ.
Oh, I have the video. I was going to send it to you, but I wanted to do this first. I thought jersey.
I love it.
I thought the jersey would have got.
This is definitely going to be the highlight that I take out.
I know people are getting mad about it, but how I look at that position, the 5th wide receiver, 6th wide receiver, 5th safety, 6th cornerback. 1, are you a distraction to the team? 2, can you play special teams?
He's a distraction to me.
3, are you a hard worker? No, are you a hard worker? And I think he checks all those off. But is there the option to go out and get a guy like Colin Johnson, get a guy like Jalen Camp? I'd even take a waiver on Antonio Nunn out of the University of Buffalo. 100%. 100%. And I believe Howie would cut JJ for one of those guys tomorrow. And I just think the idea that Travis Fulgham is the second coming to Jerry Rice. Like everybody's treating him is completely asinine.
I hope I can separate. I hope people understand that this isn't me like upset that Travis Fulgham or
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, because me and you both, we've had this discussion about Fulgham, like which Travis Fulgham was the real Travis Fulgham, and we both agreed it was more likely the guy at the end of the season. It's just, Gino, that is the crazy. I mean, when you think about random players that had these huge like stretches in the NFL,
Josh Adams also got cut today.
Right, like it was one Bryce Brown maybe back in 2012. Yes, Travis Fulgham lighting the league on fire for an entire month is one of the most random, like odd, surreal yet real things that happened. Like I cannot believe that guy led the league in receiving for more than just a week or two. It was an entire month. And now again, it's just like he's back to being the guy they claimed on waivers. It's kind of weird. I cover the Buffalo Bills too. You know what it reminds me of is in 2018, Robert Foster, the Bills wide receiver, did a similar thing at the end of the year. And it's like, after that, he just went back to what he was. And so
he got cut by Miami today.
Yeah, we'll be talking about the Travis Fulgham thing for a long time. It was a strange and wild ride. We had me and you did a podcast where like, is Fulgham and Rager your new D-Jax and Macklin? Yeah, like we were talking like that for a while because he was that good. It's crazy.
Yeah, it is one of those things, and that's why you have to understand like it's an ever-changing business. Like things change in the blink of an eye, and like yeah, we don't see everything, but maybe JJ was making these crazy special teams plays that we don't know of, and they believed in them. But I'm sure there's tape on other guys out there that they're going to look to improve upon, and that's always something that's going to happen. But when you're having these discussions, I believe that's a good thing in the NFL. When you're having arguments on like, how can we improve special teams? How can we improve our depth? Like that's where you want to be. You don't want to have to argue about, okay, where are we filling in the holes at starter?